This was brought to you by the Storyteller on YouTube and Facebook.
The Shero Rom and Granny V, in her capacity as Puri Dy, went up to him. Shero Rom gave a low respectful bow. "I have both bad news and very good news for you," said the officer. "The bad is that the Herr Reich Marshal Goering has decided that this forest, and the fields, and the mountains are to be a large hunting estate for him, and for his friends, and for devoted workers for the Reich. At this very spot is to be built a fine hunting lodge, so, obviously, that means you will no longer be able to keep your wagons here." "Sir, where can we go?" asked Shero Rom. "It is difficult, sir. We have women and children to look after and feed. The forest is our mother." "But that, my little gypsy, is my good news. Herr Reich Marshal Goering has spoken to the Herr Reich Marshal Himmler, who is in charge of resettlement of people, and he has decided that you will be given part of this forest for your very own. It will be your own property." "Ours, sir. Ours to keep. But won't the Herr Count who owns it?" "The forest is now owned by the Third Reich, not some privileged master. Your Count can be counted out of the picture," and he chuckled at his own joke. "That is most generous, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of us all. May we ask, sir, where this piece of the forest is where we can stay?" "Not far, about 8 miles away at the north end, a beautiful spot, overlooking the lake, and with a view across the fields to the forests and mountains, which is beyond all description. You will see I am right." We knew the lake, a glorious piece of countryside indeed, which was teeming with the finest fish, of which I admit we partook regularly. There were many rabbits in the fields, and in the mountains, lots of mountain hare. We would even be able to graze the horses on the edges of the lake. I saw Granny's face, it looked like thunder. She ambled over to me. "Garav," she warned me. I didn't know why she was telling me to hide, I just couldn't understand, but the fact that she said it in Romani made me realize she did not want the soldiers to understand, and that it was urgent. I did not move. "Garav," she snarled, adding that I must on no account come out of my hiding until the soldiers had gone, no matter what. I slunk carefully away, taking Granny's glare with me, and slipped into the undergrowth, watching yet longing to be there with the rest and puzzling over her order, which seemed ridiculous. "We wish to stay here," said Granny. "We are doing no harm here. Give us this land." "Madam, you are most ungrateful," the officer replied through the interpreter. "We cannot let you stay here because of the danger. Hunts will be going back and forth through this clearing, and the chances are some of you would get shot. No, you must move. Your new location will be permanent, you can stay there forever, and no one will move you." Some of the camp mumbled and did not like what Granny had said. "See, your own people see the sense of what I have said," the officer continued. "Your own land with no one to move you away. Yours for generations to come. We need to get you there today, but of course nothing is ready. We will take all your men and youths in our lorries to the place where you can work to get the place prepared, and meanwhile the ladies can pack your belongings." "Yes, sir. What tools shall we need?" asked Shero Rom. "None. We shall supply all your needs. The main thing is to dig latrines, no more sneaking behind trees, eh?" And he gave Shero Rom several friendly slaps on his cheeks. "There will be German ladies coming into the forest in future, and they hardly wish to see you people relieving yourselves in public, eh?" he chuckled. From my hiding place in deep undergrowth, I couldn't see Granny's face, but she was standing rigidly like a hare frozen in a spotlight. "Yes, sir," said Shero Rom. "Good," said the officer. "I think we can get you into 2 lorries, and the ladies will follow in the others later with their essentials. You can come back for the wagons this evening or another day. Tonight, you can sleep under the stars, it will be a dry night." "Yes, sir." Shero Rom indicated for the men and boys to clamber up into the lorries, and once in, several soldiers with guns joined them. 2 motorcycle combinations, one at the front followed by 2 lorries, and then the other at the back. I suspected nothing, and I even almost walked out to join them.
This was brought to you by the Storyteller on YouTube and Facebook. Listen to our podcast on any of these platforms: Anchor, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Casts, RadioPublic, Spotify. Support us on Patreon. And check us out on Discord. All the links can be found in the video description below. We thank you for your participation. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share, make comments. We love feedback.